And in a lot of ways, we're all tripping. And I'm dissatisfied with how everyone is acting. I'm so disappointed. I've given up on this world. It won't listen. I was hijacked. I was parasitized. I'd hear my own dialogue. Then there's the darker dialogue of the weird, the strange, the foreign, the not aligned in spirit with my spiritual evolution that would tell me what to eat. See, that's how I was controlled. Some people are controlled by drugs, people of the opposite sex. I'm attracted to this, the coconut. Simplicity, I learned, simplicity. But in the world, you'll get complicated. Everything gets complicated. Why? Why? Because everything takes, let's just call it takes batteries. Meaning it takes some sort of energy to keep things rolling. Right? Phone wears down, your clothes wear down, the shoes wear down. Everything's wearing down and we just keep buying and playing this game. You know, that's why I'm sick of it and sick of you. Think about it. Haven't you learned your lesson? You know you know. You know that you keep playing that I don't know, and you keep playing the game like everyone else. See, you take cues from everyone else. If people are wearing, let's say they're wearing or they're driving or you try to up that game, otherwise you're the freak. You're the one by the river by yourself, all alone, naked, because you can't associate with those that are wearing clothes. We identify with our environment and our people, and we put on those shades of glasses so that we see the reality from their point of view as well. Because it's too hard to have compassion, real compassion, to feel the suffering of everyone. We're all suffering with a smile. We're all looking at each other, going, and not going any farther. Meaning we're all strangers to each other. You know, we have so much to say, but you get in a group of people and no one's saying anything. It's like we've been trained not to speak and sing. We've been trained not to be ourselves. From little children, the little children are the ones that are out of control, and yet the human, the adults, we're all playing the game, smiling, yet just full of shit inside. And that's why I'm just tired of it. You're all full of shit. Every time I eat, I'm full of it as well. And that's the game. This is really the spiritual path I have discovered out of everything. It's like, what's the easiest way to get on the wheel of understanding this kundalini form? And this kundalini, this spinal energy that's in the sacrum, has a power in it. But as soon as you start eating, you dissipate that power because the body spends all the time trying to get it out to get back into balance with simpleness. Simpleness, I drink from the river every day in a mayonnaise jar or whatever jar I have. This is valuable. Out here, these are valuable. In town, USA, wherever, we throw them out or we recycle. This is valuable. When it comes down to you having nothing and you need something to hold a container of water, this is valuable. And we're just throwing it away. Every single thing on this planet is sacred. Every single thing. You see this rock? This rock you might go, oh wow, this is so sacred. This is such a nice rock. Don't take it from the river. Yet we take and cut down trees all day long. We take and steal from the forest and steal from our ancestors. We take all the land. We take, and we even take the best land. You look at it. Not we. It's the power brokers of this earth. They take the best land away from the brown skins, the Indians or whoever, and they take the best land for themselves. And you see what they do with it? They're destroying every piece of it. They're taking all the native plants and putting their plants, and then watering their grass. You know, that's why when you see grass, don't you think, gosh, violation. See a nice house, where's the forest? Violation, violation, violation. Everywhere you look is human vomit from the predecessor ancestors. Meaning, they put up their trip, then you're living in their trip. We're living the past. Can't you see it? We're living what happened in the 1900s. We're living in the past that happened last month, 20 or even 2030. Everything is from the past. So the house I lived in was built by the people who built it before, using asbestos and all these other chemicals, and then you live in it, and then everything is here to kill you. Everything is here designed to kill you and put you into the grave. That's why this is sacred, this is sacred, this is sacred. Every single atom in this planet is sacred, yet we trash it. We're not even given the time to have reverence and put our hands together and just be thankful that we're alive. We get up in the morning and it's like, Jesus Christ, thankful. I want to get out of this mess. You want to get out of the mess you're in. See, you shouldn't be doing one thing that doesn't feel right. Not one thing that doesn't feel right with you shouldn't be doing. You probably feel bad about putting gas in the car, right? Number one. Add another thing to that. Add another thing. What don't you like doing? You're reading a newspaper, but you know you don't like to cut down trees. Go right down the list. You're doing a ton of things every day that you don't want to do. Therefore, you're not even yourself. You're complaining about the world. You should be looking at yourself. You're creating it. That's the sickness. Here, you see this towel? I have another towel here that's just ugly. These are just used towels. If I went out and bought a towel every time my shit was dirty, no, I use stuff till the very end. I use something till it breaks. And I don't have anything. I'm going to tell you, I don't even have a car. I won't own a car anymore. I won't even drive a car. And there's a reason for that. See, years ago I was told by my inner guides, going back about a minute in this video, I'm doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing. So I was told don't ever have a car, and maybe drive, but anyways, I had a car, and I was driving, and the spirit lost the key. I actually lost a very expensive key to this van, and now I'm screwed. So I'm sitting in a parking lot, the van can't move. I was told not to lose the key, it's the only one, and how am I going to get this van back to my house, and on top of it, pay for the key, and I looked 2 hours. The point is, Spirit said to me, a witch took it. Because I didn't lose the key. I left it in the car. I didn't want to lose the key, so I left it in the car. And somehow, Spirit told me when I put my hands together, what happened? A witch took it. I felt terrible inside. I just felt like I just almost died because I did what I shouldn't have done. And I lost the key, which I shouldn't have done. And I shouldn't be driving. And so Spirit says, never again, never again. So I don't have to deal with the headache of driving. I hitch. I just get people give me rides. I don't care anymore because if I'm meant to be exactly where I am. Think about it, people. If everybody just stayed where the hell they were long enough to actually have their spirit and the magnetism of the earth start speaking to you, you'll start to breathe better. You'll start to live better. You'll start to be free because until you're free, this whole planet is in bondage. And every time you do something you shouldn't be doing, I'm telling you that this is a video to wake your ass up. You don't do it. Go exactly where you... Move out of your frickin' house if you don't feel good about it, but you're doing it because that's all you got, and you can't go anywhere else because you don't want to be free. See, I lived in my van for years and years just because that's freedom. I pull up to a beach, I'm home. I drive to the health food store, I'm hanging out there for an hour or two, I'm in my house. I had so much more freedom living in a van. I was like, van life's the best. So the point of that story is I lost the key, I got the car towed, I got home at 1 a.m., I felt like shit inside, and I just couldn't believe it. So then when I was explaining the story to my friend, this is the really valuable point. I said, a witch took the key, and I feel like terrible about it. I'm telling you, a witch took it. And literally, I don't know, right then and there, a black cat, walked itself right in front of the front door and stood there. And that was the cat, because energetically the house I was living in is cursed as well. I felt it. I felt like there's a dark energy there, like a dark energetic of a witch. And I said a witch took it, and I prayed about it, and the witch said it was a witch who took it, and I explained it to the person, and witch that lived in a cat came to the door, and I never seen a black cat ever at that house. Ever. And I never saw the one again. Only that one time when the witch... So you see, until you can start feeling energies and knowing energies, and you don't know shit. That's right. You're probably one of my best friends on Facebook. No, just kidding. You're probably someone I know personally. So I'm talking offensively to my friend. No, I'm talking reality to my friend. Because, my friend, this was the last day on Earth. What would you be doing? See, every time you go to sleep, you actually set back your clock. You're actually becoming rejuvenated, and you're creating more hormones and things to rebalance your body and become more younger. You see, so when you really relax, you sleep well. See, I actually feel, and I'm clearer and younger living at this river the last couple of weeks. I leave it a couple times, like twice a week, purposely, because I'm lonely. Sometimes days it's like, you know what, I'm just going to go to town and blow off some steam, eat a good meal, you know, charge my phone, because I'm out here in the boonies. And then when I come back, I'm like, damn, man, that town kicked my ass. And now I have to clean and wash my sins. So we accumulate sin every day we accumulate sin. And see, there's not one pain in my body at all. There's not one pain in my body. Do you have a pain in your body? I ask you, do you ask yourself, do you go in the neck? How about in the hips? How about maybe constipated? Look, when I got out to this river, I had a pain in the neck. I had some shoulder issues, just, you know, shoulder issues. And my hips, yeah. My right hip would click. Literally every time I walked, it would, boom, it would come out of socket for some reason. I couldn't understand it. When I fasted, fine. It healed. But when I came to the river, no more problem. None. Now, no more problem. It doesn't click anymore. So, you see, what happens is in your body, in your central nervous system, in your body, your joints, you get these old incrustations, acidic environment, foods you've been eating, environment, pain and suffering, and stress. These put little locks in your body. Tension. And the thing is, the tension would go if we really relaxed and slept well and washed our sins every day. So look, until you start washing your sins every day, you're going to have that pain in the neck. You're going to have that shoulder issue. Your lower back and your constipation is still going to be there. Only by the river, only by the water of life can you get healed. You see, remember that guy John the Baptist? By the river. He would have people stay out here for weeks and weeks, and they would heal. They'd get clear and clean and happy, and they'd be like, oh wow. The thing is, they had to trust John. But see, only one person had to trust John. After that, he had a huge following. The river was full of people. They were swimming and healing, and I tell you, you drink as much of this water as you can. I mean, when we're talking a full belly full, you fill up till you can't drink anymore. Yeah, you fill up so much that actually you vomit the locked digestive mucus that's right here in your throat. You see, all disease begins right here. We put it in the tongue, comes down here and goes into the belly. So until you start to wash your belly clean, to wash your throat and all these issues clean, you're going to have disease, you're going to have chronic whatever, you know, you're going to have coughs. So I am a rejuvenative pioneer, therapist. I'm like John the Baptist. I'm like, how do I, and I just ask myself. I ask my inner teacher what's going on, and my inner teacher tells me. You see, until you can listen to your inner teacher, and you can never, see, here's the thing. Here's the rock solid truth. You can't hear your inner teacher if you're in denial on one thing. Meaning, when go back to, I shouldn't be driving a car. Now, if I'm listening to my inner guide, then other messages come as well. But if I take one message and I don't listen because I have some excuse, and you're all making excuses. We're just excuse machines. You see, you're all full of shit. Again, until you stop eating, nothing, just drink pure water and surrender and relax to the inner light that's in you, you become like the sunlight, and everything becomes great. See, like a rock, we want to be like a rock. See, it's like some of my students actually want to be spiritual. I tell them, well, there's a sacrifice you have to make. You have to make the sacrifice, the one that's killing you, the one that's disturbing you, the one that you're actually so attached to that you think it's you, and you got to give that up. So if I gave up my car, I gave up the things, I actually can hear more of the truth because I don't push the truth aside. You see, we all got the truth like a stone. In the bones of our being, we're true. The flesh is weak. The flesh is weak, the tongue is weak, the genitals are weak, the bones are true. So this is why Wim Hof is he's one man amongst a few, only a few on this planet that have actually given us a tool that's going to change the entire planet, change the entire world. Until you start going into cold water every day, you cannot get to deeper healing, to deeper levels of your tissues, and get beyond your age and your dysfunction, or tightness, or acute energies that are just like, oh, my neck is always hurting. No one can heal you. You see, you can go to the chiropractor and get a little adjustment, but as long as the acids are in there, as long as the water hasn't pounded away. You see, I sit in the water for as long as I can till I've had enough. There's a waterfall here. It hits every single point of my body. Jesus is the only breath you need to take. When you're open and clear, this breath, pulling in here, here, here. You go over a minute, and then when you breathe in through the nostrils with the sound of well, that was the Jesus breath through the mouth. Breathe as deep as you can into the belly, pushing on the genitals. One big balloon. Hold the breath as long as you can. Close the nose, close the mouth. And you try to blow yourself up. Now that's a breath. You see, that's why I am the true therapist and healer of myself, and I show other people how to do what they're not doing so they can get back to doing what they should be doing, which is eating pure as you can, living on the land, knowing that this is the last day on earth, and what are you doing with your last day? Jesus is the only way. So there's an easy highway, or there's the one that you're on. The one, the bumpy road you're on, you're trying to compete for that exact thing which you don't have enough of, which is time. You ever been in traffic and everyone's just all stressed out when everyone could be relaxed because you're just sitting there in your car? But we're stressed because we're running out of time trying to get somewhere, and once we get there, we're not even happy being there. So this is the download of truth from Yogi, Grandmaster Zen of nothing, because I want to be a zero. I want to be like zenned out, dissolved. Only desire to reach out for something is like, why? Why do I need something? Why do I need anything? I just recycled a glass. I don't need to go out and shop for glasses. Hey, I got a coconut. I didn't need to go out and buy it. I'm like healed of my issues. So come down to the river. I love exploring these ideas with you. I'm going to send out a video every day of this just to bring you into the fold of feeling like you're at the river even though you're not. And until then, you're just a lying, eating sack of shit. Because once you eat, you don't need to eat it at all anyways. You just become a sack of shit. And that's what I was. Out there, I'm just speaking about myself. I'm speaking about myself because I was told by my spirit. I mean, you remember how nice my hair used to be? At least I thought it was nice. It was down to my chest. I cut it. Why? Because Spirit said, you can't even step closer, one step closer, because you want to come. You've got to come and take everything and leave it behind to go deeper into the truth. You can't sink deeper into the waters of your spiritual life until you let go of the things that are the balloons that you're holding on to. And you're all holding on to a bunch of balloons and ideas. That's why I say you are full of shit. And that until you come out and give up everything and say, I'm quitting my job, I'm getting rid of my car, I'm going down deep into where I don't need anything. And then when you need something, you really know it from inside of the core of your truth, saying, gosh, I really do need to eat something after a couple days, and you go do it. You don't just slide your slippery way into, oh, it's okay because everyone else is doing it. Oh, I'm gassing up because, well, I don't want to ride my bicycle because I'm too fucking lazy because I just had some chocolate cake yesterday and I'm just too lazy trying to digest and burn that off. And besides, I'm feeling so bad about myself, I might as well smoke a little more pot. And you make excuses about everything. And I'm telling you, stop the bullshit. Get down to the real truth of life. Plant yourself like a tree by a river or somewhere, as this is the last day on earth. Otherwise, I don't want to talk to you. Because if I am not here to wake you up, because you're already awake, then good. You wouldn't be watching this. The thing is, I need friends just as much as you do, and I'm one of your high, positive, friendly, fun friends that has given up so much to tell you what's important to give up and what's not. And this is the only thing that I can tell you. From point A to point B, something happens there, right? And what happens is, that's the journey. What happens between A and B, and that journey is the breath. Until you can remember that I'm right here present at A, 10 feet closer to my goal. Hold the breath, breathe. You're 100 feet closer to the goal. Exhale. And that's how everything happened in life. That's how you born yourself. And until you can master this to where you can breathe into every single pore, you haven't attained the level of where you can go. That's right. You can go way deeper when you stop giving up all the things that are distracting you and breathe into every pore. Because my goal, I got a goal. And it's a bodily fixated goal. And that's to be so light and clear that I can just take this body wherever I want without using my legs or vehicle. So that's my goal. Do you have a goal? What's your goal? Is your goal like to put a few bucks more problems in your bank account? My goal is to put spiritual bank account into this body and feel good, clean, clear, like I don't even exist. Only my consciousness operates within this bag of bones and I just float around in it wherever I want. That's my teachers. They speak to me the ability of what's the next step. So you've heard about my steps. What steps are you taking? Gotta make that decision. And it ain't about recycling. The real decision about giving up. Aloha. Till tomorrow, I'll check you later.